Hello. I do not see you.
You're not see me,
Okay.
but are you able to hear
Yes, I can hear you.
you onto the screen right now? Would you like to introduce
Yep.
yourself? We are here with the lovely Byte props.
Hello, hello. My name is Byte, and I've been cosplaying since 2019 and also been competing in 2019. Um, I mainly do a lot of 3D printing and like tech related things, so LEDs and things like that. I love giving panels and I love yapping my butt off to people. So yeah, I'm really excited for today.
I'm excited to have you on here. If you've been in the local Toronto scene and you see someone lighting up, that's 90% probably Byte. Like at the Anime North parking lot, I can spot you from a crowd away.
Yes, that's the point. And also, Anime North is fabulous for LEDs because it is a Nikon.
Mm-hmm. So you're able to show off those cool builds.
Yes.
If you're good, we can just jump straight into the first question. You good with that?
Yep. Yes.
Perfect. So, when it comes to judging a cosplay contest, what are the biggest factors that you're actually looking for that people might not think about?
So in regards to a craftsmanship contest, because craftsmanship and skip-based contests are completely different,
Mm.
what we're really looking for is the edge. Sorry,
N-
words are
No,
hard.
Anime North was a
Um,
week ago. We're all dead. I'm still dead.
oh,
Like,
I am too. I'm not fully recovered than last night as well. I'm like, ah. I'm tripping over my words, sorry guys. Um, but the biggest thing that we are looking for is execution. So essentially, how clean the work is, how difficult the techniques are. A really big one that people don't realize is if the contestant actually understands the techniques they used. So, for example, when I was a novice starting out, I was doing a lot of like higher level techniques. I didn't know the name of what I was doing, but I was doing it and I was doing it properly. So as soon as I am like, oh, this is actually called this, I'm able to actually explain it better to the judges, and that helps them understand it a lot more, right?
yes.
And then like one of the last things I look for is consistency. So let's say like one piece of armor is really well done, a very clean paint job, but the other one's just, let's say like, come on, we con crunch, right?
Oh, everyone con
That's fair.
crunches.
So like we can tell like when there's con crunching going on, but it happens. But like yeah, so just like a general like consistency. Like you don't have to do a lot of like techniques. I personally like seeing the more simple builds with them just adding like one technique and them like really like mastering that technique. Because something that looks finished and done properly looks way better than someone who has lots of techniques that are just subpar. So keep that in mind. And I also really like problem solving.
Mm.
So if you like come up with like a way to like solve something that you had difficulties on, judges, we want to talk to you about that. We want to hear about that and like what your process is on like how to solve something because that's just a part of the fun of cosplay and like making things because these are not normal clothes that we are making. These are not normal things. So
Trust.
it's
A big
yeah,
suit of armor. Not something you typically can just go into like the store and find. It's so
yep,
much engineering into so many different cosplay
yeah.
pieces.
So don't be afraid to explain how you figured that out. Like please, like we as judges, we learn from you guys too. So like please like think about the things that you did that like you overcame and like tell us. There's so much stuff that you can talk about. So yeah.
One thing I did not know judges were actually looking for was consistency. You're the first person to ever tell me that. But it makes a lot
Really?
of yes, honest to God. I've not saying
Man,
I
I'm
try not to make
surprised.
my work consistent, but I've just never
Hmm.
heard a judge talk about consistency before. You know?
I think it's one of the hardest things to do to make everything that you're doing very consistent. Because like if you have like some like sewing lines that are not straight and some sewing lines that are straight, like we can see that very easily.
Mm-hmm.
So if we see that you are very consistent across the board, that means that we know what you're doing and you're taking your time and you're doing it properly. So that's like a huge indicator to us.
That's gonna be stuck in my brain for the next build I'm working on. So I
Good.
want to say thank you so much for
Good.
that.
This is why I like thinking.
10 minutes in and you're already teaching me new things. This is why
Good.
I'm
That's
so
what I'm
happy.
here for. That's what I'm here for. And we just don't talk about this stuff enough.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm glad that you're already learning.
I really do appreciate that. For my next question, when
Mhm.
it comes to accuracy, how important is that versus someone's creativity or own personal interpretation? Because I know the accuracy debate in cosplay is so ginormous. It's so huge. It's so much.
It is. And I understand that from my point of view too, as a judge. But honestly, it really depends on the contest and what the contest is looking for. That's why it's so important to read the rules.
Yes.
Um, but if you're going in like a screen accurate craftsmanship contest, then accuracy is probably going to matter a lot more. So what I'm talking about is something like WCS. WCS is a really big portion of craftsmanship is accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
So things like more on the international level, they're looking for the accuracy. Whereas something like a smaller convention like the Fan Expos and Anime Norse, they're okay with you adding more details and they actually like and prefer you adding your own details because that just adds a lot of your like personal like flair.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult because you just really have to do your research on the contest and figure out like what they really want. And that's like a huge piece of advice I always give people is when you're trying to decide on a cosplay, and you're bringing this to a contest, try and figure out what the requirements are so that you're meeting those requirements. Because if you have a cosplay that you want to like add like frills and stuff and there's nothing on that, then like something like WCS like would not be like a great fit for this. So yeah, and I will say we will not punish people for adding things. A lot of people are just like, if I add this, then people are going to punish me. What we are thinking behind the scenes is this addition work for this cosplay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have a princess and you added a few more ruffles that makes sense for that princess, that we would be okay with that because it actually makes sense for it. If you're using a brocade for like someone in royalty, like um I guess princesses are on my mind right now after Anime North.
Oh
I
yes.
wonder why.
Shout out to Pufferdoodle.
Yes,
Pufferdoodle
we
Sneak.
love you. Um, but yeah, so like if you're adding something that seems fit, like sparkles or something for a magical girl, like we're not gonna say no, that's not right, but because in their world, like they would have the sparkles, they would have all these design elements, they would have more brocade and stuff like that because it's a richer fabric. So
Mm-hmm.
as long as when you're adding something to the cosplay, you are telling us like why you did it and it makes sense for the character, we won't have any issues with it. So it's really like you do really have to think through of like what you're gonna add, uh, instead of like just like for example, a lot of the things that I make LEDs, some of them don't actually have LEDs on them. It's just because I want to do it. So that would like be like, eh. But yeah, so it's your cosplay. Think of the things that why you love this character and why you're cosplaying it, and do what you want to do.
That's a
So
really
yeah,
sweet
sorry.
answer. Like it's your cosplay.
Yeah,
Because at least for me personally, you have your LEDs. I have my thousands of
yeah,
glass beads that need to be added to
ah,
every single costume. You've seen my cosplays before.
yeah, yes.
You know the obsession. But
Hmm.
on a note of World Cosplay Summit and accuracy, I know World Cosplay Summit looks at like the Pantone colors of your fabric.
Yes,
Like,
they are. It's so the reason why WCS and higher level contests look because it's more of like being fair to the cosplayers. Because what they're doing is they're taking what that cosplay looks like a image, and then they're comparing it to what you've made. So like some liberties are fine because like you're not, let's be real, we're not going to find some of the fabric in the real world. Like some of the stuff doesn't exist. But it's harder to mark something when you don't have like that image.
Yeah.
So that's why like a lot of people say like when you're giving a reference image, you really need to give that one or two images that have like the exact same elements because knowing anime and stuff like that, they like every single frame is different and they have different designs. So they're like, make sure that when you're giving out reference images that they match completely because if one is going to be different than the other, then they're not going to be able to mark that and they're going to be confused because like what one is actually correct. So
Um,
it's more of trying to make it more fair for people in the way they're marking.
don't
So
get me
that's why
started
they do that.
on
Hmm?
reference image. Don't get me started on reference images, because like you're saying, anime, video games, even comic books are evil. And I think that all the artists need to have like write a formal apology to cosplayers,
Oh
because
yeah.
you will look on Google and be
But
like, "Oh, I want to cosplay Naruto. Why is it three different shades of orange? Why are there like eight different shades of blonde in
yeah,
here?"
that's a struggle for real because you're like, I don't know what one to do. But when it does come to that, what I personally like to do, I look at like what color kind of suits me a little bit
Mm.
more. So anything like for my Urza Scarlet cosplay, she's bright, bright red, but I'm pale. So I actually toned down the hair a little bit more to make it look better on myself. So some of that is allowed as long as you, again, explain it, like
Mm-hmm.
why you did that. But like it's just it's hard getting like the correct colors for everything. And if you do, then like that's like very impressive, right? So it's knowing your limitations and when you should stop trying to be like 100% accurate
Yes.
because at the end of the day, like you're gonna burn yourself out trying to like make it perfect.
No one is an anime
Like,
character. We're not lines on a
yeah,
screen. You got to make it work for a
yeah,
real life
exactly.
person.
Yeah, I think like silhouette is something that they're really looking at too,
Mm-hmm.
because silhouette of like an anime character does not fit our silhouettes. So can you adapt it enough that you can still recognize that character, but like you recognize that it is that character, but it looks good on your body.
Your
So
Fate cosplay, the Saber, I believe her name is,
yeah.
silhouette is so tea. So tea.
Yeah. Thank you. No, I love that silhouette on me. I had to make sure, especially since like the top is like 3D printed, I'm like, how do I make sure that I have a waist still?
Okay, we're hanging up. What do you mean the top is 3D printed?
The silver, all the armor is 3D printed.
Get out. I did not know that. You pissed me off.
Yeah.
You pissed me off. You pissed me off.
Listen, I wanted it to be very silver and shiny. And fun fact, like I had that thing so shiny that I had to like do a varnish on top to like bring it down because I could see myself. Like it was a mirror.
Oh, you pissed me off. I will be stealing that from you. I don't care what. The next time I see you, I will be robbing you. That cosplay is
I can
mine.
tell you exactly how I did it. That's why I did the 3D printing panel. Not the 3D printing, the painting panel. Because a lot of people don't realize painting does add so much to your cosplay.
I will
Yeah.
attempt it next time. That one time I was busy. You can't blame me.
No, I get it. I
Because,
get it. It's hard. It is so hard, but don't worry. Like that's coming back. Don't worry.
yes, let's
I
go.
have I have my plans. I for my panels, I have like a list of panels that I want to do and I'm working on, and then I like kind of like move it to like what one I want to work on next kind of thing. So I do
Mm-hmm.
have a list. And
Okay.
if anyone if you guys want something higher up, just like give me a DM and I will move it up and work on that more.
Let's
LED
go.
was requested the most. That's why LED is at the top right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sorry, not me ranting about my panels.
No, no, that's what I want.
I,
Someone is requesting for a build book infographic. That someone is Pufferdoodle, but also me, because the build book I brought to Anime North was one page that just said Sienko and a photo of the character, and that was it. So I would really like that build book infographic, please. I think it's something that we need.
it's coming. It's coming, don't worry, it's coming. It
Good.
does take me quite a while to make these infographics, but I have such a good time with them. And I'm just like glad like people are really like vibing with them and liking them.
I love
Because there's a
them.
lot of information we don't share. So I want to try and help. Because I wish I had this when I was a novice.
Girl,
Yay.
I wish I had this and I need it now. I need it now.
Okay, okay, I'll work on it. I needed a break. Anime North killed me.
I needed it
Anime
before
North.
Anime North.
I know. I was trying to get it out so quick.
No,
I just,
no. You take
I
your
died.
time. It's gonna be wonderful.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, just for you, Puff, I will put that out.
my next question is a question that's mostly for me because I need this. What common mistakes do you notice that what common mistakes do you notice competitors make when they're in a crafting competition?
So first of all, this is the biggest one, and I think everyone says this. Please do not tell me any of your mistakes.
Yeah.
We have 3 minutes, 5 minutes. We will, the odds of us not seeing it is extremely high. And plus, there's better things for you to actually talk about. Why
Mhm.
are you telling us your mistakes when you can talk all about everything else? Amazingly, you did. So that's like the number one. The other thing is we can't read your minds. We cannot read your minds. So please start. It's essentially an elevator pitch, right? So you have 3 minutes. You have to get all your big things. Like what I do is I write down a list and I go like, okay, this one's impressive, this one's impressive, this one's impressive. I need to hit those three things first to like really make sure that I'm talking about the things that I know is impressive for the judges. And that will and then when you want to talk about this, you really need to figure out what kind of things that you need to talk about to explain it properly. Now, a good judge will already know pretty much the basics of what you're talking about.
Mhm.
So, like for example, like if you start talking about something that's 3D printed, that means one of the people on the judging thing will already be able to know about 3D printing and what you did. So you don't have to go into that deep of details. If you have any details that you want to say that is like really impressive. Like let's bring it back to Saber. How I finished out with really specialized paint to make it very shiny. I would be like, okay, this is 3D printed. I fit it to myself using Armor Smith. And then I wanted to really sand it and make it shiny. And then I use a black shiny base coat so I can get the silver to pop because I wanted to look like real metal.
Mhm.
You see how quick that was?
Yeah.
That was enough of the steps. I don't have to go into the details. It's high level enough that someone will understand that. You don't really have to go into the details, but you want to make sure that you're talking about the impressive things. Now, when you're a novice, we do say like it's harder to like forget things. So a lot of people suggest starting from like the head up to the or like toe wow, what is it? Starting from the head and going down or starting from the toe and then going up, right? But when I start like expecting people to like go into Dreamy and stuff like that, I tell them to start switching it up and start talking about like the most impressive build part. So that's like, so for Saber, that would be the 3D printed armor or the LED sword, right?
Mhm.
So I started with those two to get those in the judges' minds first because first impressions mean a lot.
They do.
So like, yeah, they do. And what you say in the judging actually does count. So like start with those kind of things first when you're more comfortable with talking to the judges. So like novice, like sometimes like you're just nervous and stuff, so start with the head down. But like when you start going up, then start like switching up your stream on like what you say first.
I
So
like how you say when you're more comfortable with the judges, acting like the judging
yeah.
experience is not a scary ass experience and that even some
Yeah.
testers are not shaking in their boots.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, there's steps you can start taking to like start getting better at talking, right? And
Mhm.
practice, please practice. Honestly, like elevator pitch, practice it, and then like we can tell when you practice it, and we're like, okay, you don't know. Figure out. some of the things, like I said in the beginning, like figure out some of the things that you don't understand, like the terminology and stuff like that. Make sure you know the terminology and practice that as well. Um, if you forget, it's fine. Just like describe quickly like what it is, but
Mm-hmm.
like try and have that terminology because that will make it so much quicker and less time than you have to like explain what you did, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. Sorry.
No, no. Why are you sorry, girl? I need this. I need this.
At this point, I'm not even like answering the questions. I'm like going off on my tangents.
I need the tangents, please. Because you did answer the questions, though. I was like, what are some common mistakes? And you gave me answers to how to fix those mistakes. I need this. Because the amount of times I've gone to the
Okay.
judging room and be like, this is the stiff stuff that you put in fabric. Don't know what it's called, but it's stiff. Like,
I'm guessing interfacing.
yes, interfacing. But
Yeah.
in the judging room, I'm like, yeah, stiff. That's all you're getting from me.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It makes sense because you're so tired and you're like just like overwhelmed with everything. Like, so like the judges like understand that part too. They're like, okay, yeah, you're just nervous, like things happen. There's a lot of things going on. I'm really bad at terminology myself.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm working on. That's why I'm like I practice now and like I write down the actual technique names that I use because yeah. But yeah, no, like it is a skill. Talking about yourself is a skill. Do
Yes.
not downplay yourself because you worked hard on that cosplay. Even if it's like the little details, still explain it. We want to know, but practice it so you get it in that like 3 minute window.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is a skill. You just need to practice. It really is. I still get nervous when I'm judging, when
Wait,
I'm like going into the judging room.
do you get nervous while judging?
Uh, going it like get being judged
No, no, I
because
know
I
that,
forget
but
stuff.
when you're in the judging seat, do you get nervous about that?
Yes and no. There's because at the end of the day, I want this to be a really good experience for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to, like, as a judge and organizer, the biggest thing is I want you guys to have a good time. I want you guys to improve. I am here like a lot of these judges and organizers are like pretty much cosplayers like biggest fans and we want to see you improve.
Mm-hmm.
Like even some of the ninjas at AN were talking about how they've seen people entering as novices and now they're masters, and that was like 5 years ago, and they've seen the growth.
Aww,
We notice these things.
I'm gonna cry. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my
No, we
gosh.
all notice these things. Yeah, and we are rooting for every one of you guys. Like, we are. We want to help the community. We want to see the community grow. We want to see everyone having fun and just having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
I do not remember why I got onto this tangent, but I did.
It's okay.
Sorry, guys, I'm so really tired.
Do you want to go to the next
Oh, yeah.
question?
Yeah, yeah, we can, or I'm gonna keep talking about this for another hour.
I don't mind, girl. I don't
Okay.
mind. If I
Okay.
did not want you to talk, I'd kick you off. That not in a mean way, but like you know.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Okay, okay, okay. When it comes to a crafting and a skit competition, how much does your stage present factor into the judging, and how much does your craftsmanship craft? Oh my gosh,
Words are hard.
words are hard. In stage competitions and craftsmanship competitions, how much
Hmm.
percent is craftsmanship and how much percent is stage? And how much should someone focus on either one of them?
So this is actually a very interesting question. I'm glad you're asking this.
Woohoo!
Um, so I'm gonna split it into two. So just the craftsmanship. So it's 100% craftsmanship. So that's like Fan Expo. Uh, I'm forgetting the other ones right now.
It's okay.
My brain.
Anime
But
North
okay,
has the
so Fan
craftsmanship
Expo.
only one.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. So for craftsmanship, the reason why Fan Expo still gets you to go on stage is what the judges are looking at is how well you can move in your cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still attached to you? Are things falling apart? Are things flipping over? So the stage portion does have a little bit, not as much as like craftsmanship. So I would say like it's like 95 to 99% craftsmanship and then like 5 to like 1% of like actual on stage
Mm.
because a part of it is making sure the cosplay actually sits on you properly, isn't falling off, and things like that. So like attachments, like making sure it stays on your body is very important too. Making sure you can bend down or you can have the movement and things like that. Like it's still really important. That's a part of craftsmanship. People don't think that's a part of craftsmanship that you can just do a big ass build and like hobble around. But
Nope.
no, we're looking at that. We will consider like sometimes like some of these big ass builds like it's okay like you can't really move because that's just like the thing of it, but like is it hurting you?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a smaller build that's hurting you and things like that? Like we consider that and we can tell like when someone is in pain that or is in the judging room. So I've seen people hurt themselves for their cosplays and that's not great. So please do not hurt yourself. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
you're testing the rigging of any like wings or armors or anything beforehand. Test fits. I know we con
Yes.
crunch, but like still
Yes.
like test fits are really important. Okay, so when it comes to like skit and craftsmanship, so when it's you really gotta look at the percentage of both. So WCS is 50-50, so 50% craftsmanship, 50% skit. NCC is 40% craftsmanship, 40% skit, and 20% likeness. And those are like the two big international contests that we have right now in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Fan Expo, I think it's 50. No, Fan Expo is already craftsmanship. So going back to WCS and the other one. Um,
The other one,
so
yeah.
your stage person, sorry.
No, it's okay.
There's so many acronyms. I
Oh,
stop
trust
giving
me.
acronyms to everything, please. Oh
Sometimes
my
people will
God.
text me like, "Oh, are you going to?" And then they'll send me an acronym. I'm like, "What in the world are you
What is
talking
that?
about?" I like Maple Leaf
Yeah.
qualifiers. People call it MOC. What are you
Oh,
talking about,
really?
bro?
I didn't even know that one. Oh, I just call it the Fan Expo contest because I'm like, there's too many acronyms. Um, but those ones, so the ones that actually have like skit, the way that you're on the stage, the way that you act for that character, does it make sense? Has a really big play in that 50%. So we're looking for emotions, we're looking for exaggerations because like a lot of the time we're wearing like pretty big costumes. So like if you just like you're acting sad like that, we can't see that on stage. You gotta like move your shoulders to actually like really push that out
Mm-hmm.
to like really emote the emotion. You have to over exaggerate everything, especially since a lot of the people in the back, they're not going to be able to see that. So you really got to be big. And then it's even worse because if you're putting layers of fabric or foam on you, they can't see. So you got to really be big and emotional and huge on stage to really get it across. And that's what they're looking for when you do a skit. And also, does a skit make sense? Are you telling a story? A lot of the times, judges, we don't know what your skit is about.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know like what is it, the source. We don't know the source. So can you tell a story that we will understand and we can follow? Does it have correct pacing? Does it keep us engaged? If we are getting bored and if we're lost, then you're not really executing like a story properly, right?
Yeah.
So those all fall under having stage presence because to tell a story, you need to emote. So it does when that's why like the stage performances are a whole other beast because now you made a cosplay now, but now you have to think about the skit. You have to think about how you're going to act this out on stage. You got to voice act now too. How do I emote this on voice acting? You can't be all monotone the whole entire time. How can you tell it with sound? So a lot of people they don't use sound anymore. So like if you're falling, you want that crash effect behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So there's so much stuff you can do on stage to really emote that story and give that presence that people are looking for. And that's why like skits, I always say like skits are very hard to do and you cannot leave those to the last minute because there's more to it than what you think, especially when we're like talking about NCC and WCS kind of things. Like those those are hard.
Oh, yep. Um, Watching the NCC skit preparation that a lot of people done, I'm like, gang, you bought a full voice acting setup for this. Could never be me.
Hmm.
WCS
Oh yeah.
cosplayers who
But like
hire voice actors, stronger than
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Like I won't discourage anyone from trying it because it is really fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work, but it's really fun and really like when you get off that stage after performing, like it's like a holy crap, I did it moment. And
Yeah.
you should just be proud of yourself, like just getting on stage. And that goes for like every single contest. I'm sorry, but you have a lot of balls for going into the judging room, talking about your cosplay, going on a stage. Like it's a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but you should be proud of what you did and what you accomplished. So,
Definitely. On the portion of skits, I think a lot of people also don't understand that a lot of people in the audience don't know what their source material is. A big one
yeah.
that I saw at Anime North was Fazili with her Legend of Zelda. I don't know shit about Legend of
Hmm.
Zelda, but I was really able to get invested into the character.
Yes.
Um, I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, what's his name? He did a League of Legends cosplay, and everyone fell to the floor. Myers, Mike. That's not his name. I believe it's
Uh,
like Myers cosplay.
yeah. Yeah.
He did his skit.
Yes.
I
I
don't
did.
give a shit. Like, I like the women of League. I don't give a shit about the men in League. But because his skit was so dramatic, yes, Myers Corp. Thank you.
Mm.
Because his
Yes.
skit was so dramatic, I was able to be like, oh, maybe I should actually look at the men in League and not only look at the pretty women. Not
Hmm.
enough to fully convince
Yeah.
me to do that, but I thought about it for a moment.
And that's all we have to do with this skit is just try and get emotion out of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So really think about like what you're trying to do and the emotion and everything like that. Because people forget about that. Like we want to tell a story, we want to get people invested.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, no, the skits. And Myers from last year too was really great too, the Gambit one.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah. So like we have so many good people who are really good at skits. So yeah,
Trust. One day you will
we
see
just
me back on the Anime North skit stage. It will not be
I
next year.
better I will be cheering very loud.
Thank you. Again, it's not going to be next year because my hatred for skits, I love watching skits. My hatred for getting and doing a skit is large, but
Fair.
one day, one day.
Absolutely fair. No, I feel you. Skits, it took me a while to like really warm up to them because it's fun. So at a con, they had like a skit practice and they started doing a lot of different movement like theater kid just rehearsals and stuff like that. And I think I was the only one there going like, I don't actually know what this game is. Can you explain it to me? And everyone else is just like, you've never done this before? I'm like, no, I'm in IT.
Oh my.
I'm in IT. I don't know these things. So like ever since then, I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna start researching skits and do better with skits and think of blocking, think of emotion. So I have gone down so many rabbit holes of just watching so many skits to like try and really figure out like what makes a good skit. And like skits too. They've just been really like fascinating. So start going down a rabbit hole and I think
Oh,
you
trust.
will want to try and actually do one for yourself.
I have a lot of
And
hand
also like,
sewing to do in the next few months, so I will probably be
oh,
watching a lot of skits.
yeah, no, do that, do that. It's so fun. It is so fun watching them all.
I'm going to go on a little tangent. It's my turn now. Um,
Yes.
But I feel like the words that you're using, the blocking, the emotions, all the like body acting is another huge skill set that a lot of competitive
Oh
cosplayers
yeah.
don't end up thinking about. Because you have like the
Hmm.
sanding, that's a skill, the beadwork, the wig working, all that, that's a skill. But a lot of people don't think of the acting as a skill, even though it's something you obviously have to train. You weren't born with a sewing machine in your hand and being able to sew. No one was born
Yep.
with a MP3 file and a stage to be on, knowing how to
Hmm.
act. It's one of those things where you gotta
Like,
like build up.
yeah, like a lot of the cosplayers were all like, oh my God, what's the word? You're gonna kill me. I can't remember the word right now. Oh my God.
It's okay.
Theater kids. There we go. Sorry. A lot of us were like theater kids, except for like me. So like we've been watching the theater and stuff like that, and that's where they like picked up a lot of this information. But I find like a lot of like theater information is not like readily available on online. So it's just like that much harder for us to like research it and to get into it. Like right now with craftsmanship, there's so many tutorials online. People are starting to share like processes and stuff like that. But like skits are kind of like forgotten.
Yeah.
So that's why like a lot of the time you just have to go up there and like kind of like experiment to see what it is. And also like skit is like very subjective
Mm-hmm.
because like everyone is gonna have things that they like about skits. So it's a lot harder to judge than craftsmanship. Because craftsmanship is like physical and their skit is like, oh, like personal like taste, right? I
Yeah.
know like judges are trying to like not let their biases win, but skit is so hard to judge. Very hard to judge.
Yeah.
So gotta consider that too.
Makes sense. We are Byte. We are 4 questions in, and we're at 40 minutes. Not rushing you. I'm just giving you a time check to let you know. I love you. You
Oh, I
talk a
know, I
lot.
know.
I love you.
Oh, I know, I
No, no,
know.
no, don't be. I love it. I love
No, it's good.
it.
I figured this was gonna happen once you got me started on something. I would just be like,
Again, this is what I need. You're a yapaholic. Tea.
yeah,
So good.
yeah, just get me started on something cosplay related, and I will talk your ears off.
Please. But I am going to go on to the next question, which is a
Yep,
question that
yep, yep, yep.
I even get, which is how do sewing based cosplays score differently compared to an armor cosplay, compared to a SFX cosplay, compared all the different types of cosplay, you know? How do they score so differently?
So that's the thing. They shouldn't score differently. The hardest part for a judge is trying to figure out what techniques are in how hard a technique is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, like pattern making for armor versus pattern making for sewing. So, you could just be making a simple skirt for sewing, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty easy because you just take the circumference and you just cut out the square, right?
Yeah. Math.
But for a pattern for like armor, there might be more challenges, right? So that's why it's like really imperative that the judges have, even if they're just sewing based cosplayers, they still understand how armor works and how patterning works for armor and all the different things so that they can be able to like judge it and kind of like even it out. Um, but like a lot of people, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just say like a perfectly tailored ball gown can be every bit as impressive as a full suit of armor.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. Saying that, I know I'm gonna get flamed for that, but if the suit of armor has some really high difficult techniques, so let's say something like electroplating, that adds a lot of technique to that armor build. So like it's the judges, it's very hard to do actually. And this is what makes a really good judge, that they can figure out the different types of techniques and how hard and how to compare them. But they technically should, it doesn't matter if it's foam, it doesn't matter if it's sewing, it should matter about the difficulty of techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And making sure that your judging panel has a wide variety of techniques so that they can do that. And then a lot of the times when someone doesn't know much about sewing in the judging room, when they're deliberating, they can be like, hey, I noticed this and this was wrong. Am I thinking that correctly? Like they did something wrong. And that's when the sewing expertise will come into play and they can explain it to them. So yeah, it's not that you should be judging armor and sewing completely different. It should be looking at the techniques going into each element.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people get that mixed up, being like, And it happens like every single time when there's something new and like cool. Like what was it? Warbler was really cool and Warbler things started winning like all the time. It's just because it was a new technique and that was fucking impressive for people.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we really need to take it back and actually look at the techniques going into it and figuring out like where they stand towards each other. Doesn't matter how expensive, doesn't matter like what you use to do it. Just looking at the techniques and see how hard the techniques are compared to everything else.
That does make a lot of sense. I have heard a lot of cosplay. I've only been cosplaying for a short amount of time, but I remember
Mm.
listening to cosplayers saying when 3D printing came on the scene, everybody and their
Yes.
mama was 3D printing, and those won awards until we not to say we realized, but like until more advanced techniques came up about 3D printing, so the landscape changed.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, we're always going to be changing. We're always going to be finding new techniques.
Mm.
It's more so the judges need to keep grounded and keep considerations on and like keep up to date. Like, if I see someone using a new technique that I've never seen before, I will go research it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Annie, for making me go down the rabbit hole for tatting.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if Annie's here right now, but Annie, I hope you
Probably,
know that I will be tatting in my next cosplay build.
I
I've
can't. That's
already
so funny.
planned
Oh my
it.
God.
It's already started.
But yeah, so like I know how to tat. I've been looking into it, looking at different things, seeing how hard it is. So this is me making sure that I can still consistently be a good judge because this new technique is all the rage right now, and I need to make sure that I know how to judge it properly
Mm-hmm.
and based on like everything else.
Yeah.
So a good judge will always keep themselves up to date. Doesn't mean I can execute it perfectly yet, but I know how difficult it is, and I know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can look at something and be like, "Oh, you kind of like did this wrong." Doesn't mean I can do it myself, but I can help you guys understand like, "Oh, yeah, this I missed a stitch," kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So good judges keep their stuff up to date.
Shout out to all the good judges out there. Shout out Byte.
uh,
For the next question, what does the full
mm.
process of running, not judging, but specifically running a cosplay competition look like from start to finish? You can keep it as short as you want. You can keep it as large as you want, because I do know there's things that I cannot know and y'all cannot know. So.
Mm. There's a lot. A lot goes into competitions and preparing them and getting everything ready. Um, I did not say this at the beginning when I was introducing myself. I'm dumb. I forgot. I am our organizer. I have organized a couple of smaller cosplay contests, and then I have organized an international level contest as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what you guys don't see is writing the rules, figuring out the judges, making sure the judges have different things for them. We have to review the applications. We have to schedule. We have to schedule with the convention and all the other teams. So like the cosplay department, the uh, K, not K-pop. Yeah, actually, yeah, K-pop department. All the dancing and idols and everything. We have to like kind of like fight for our slot, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's tech planning. So like, do we need audio? Like, what do we need? Do we need LED screens and stuff like that? I also think of accessibility because I know a lot of these cosplays, first and foremost, like safety like means a lot to me. So making sure that they have easy access to the stage and can get up and down. If we have to do stairs, which sometimes we do, there's people at the stairs making sure that people are going up and down, making sure everyone's saving good. Um, we need to consider prejudging. Where are we going to judge this? I always want to give people a room
Equal
so that
backgrounds.
they have the safe space, that they can talk and feel free. Talking about scoring, going through the judges and making sure they understand what this contest is about. So stage management, like, do I need ninjas? Do I need helpers? Who's doing what? Are we, how are we lining up people in the backstage? How is that process going to work? Because we need to shuffle people from the green room to the back. We need to take feedback. We need to be sending out emails. There is so much stuff that you guys do not see behind the screens. If you see the ninjas, thank them. Thank them for how much work they do. Thank the organizers and thank them all because these contests would not be happening without these people.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that would not be happening without these people who are giving their time to make these happen. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes for these things. So, yeah, I'm sure I missed a lot too.
Oh, when it's a big, I have seen Byte organize the international competition. I've seen Byte organize the small competition. I've been a part of both. I know that you're on like some sort of a bunch of caffeine and like 3 hours of sleep.
Fun fact, I don't actually drink caffeine.
You don't?
No.
Never mind. It's a bunch of willpower. All that adrenaline.
Yeah, it's a journal.
Pure adrenaline. But
And I think it's just like my background of IT, like just like my brain works as like this needs to be done, this needs to be done. Like that's just like how my brain works like all the time. So like that's why I really enjoy like running competitions and doing these things. And also like what I was saying before, like I want more opportunities for us. I want to be able to like see you guys grow. I've had a few people come back to me saying, "Thank you for judging me. Thank you for the advice you gave me because like I've improved tenfold." And like when I look at like the before and after, I'm like, "Holy crap, yeah. You took my advice 100% and your improvement shot out." So like those are the things that like keep me wanting to do this, keep me wanting to help behind the scenes and things like that. So like honestly like say thank you to the people because I won't lie, we don't get thanked. We really don't. We know that you guys appreciate it, but just having one or two people say thank you, like, does actually help us like keep going.
um,
So yeah, just considerations and say thank you to us. And
Byte
thank you to the judges, because judges are hard.
in
You get
2025 at like CSC in January, you judged me, and I don't remember who said it, but they were like, "Your build is good, but you need to add less detail." I want to say thank you for that. I think it was you who said that, but I could be wrong. Cause again, look at the I made a very simple cosplay for Anime North and got a big girl award. So thank you. This is my thank
mm,
you. I'm a year late, but
I
still, thank you.
can I rant on that?
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
rant on that. Because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm just going to add so many techniques to this, and then the judges are going to be so impressed. But when you do that, your techniques, like, you're not mastering the technique.
Mm-hmm.
So the technique is not mastered, so it doesn't look great. So you can't have that consistency I was talking about. So you really need to take your time and master the skills and actually, like, learn how to do them properly because like a clean that's what I was saying before like a clean build does so much better because we see like how much time and effort you're putting in and like you're perfecting your skills already. So yeah, I'm glad you took that advice and it usually works like a long times. For me like I will try and do one new technique per build
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I learn. So like that technique isn't going to be perfect yet, but that's where I'm learning. So for Dark Magician Girl, the reason why I really wanted to do her was how many LEDs I could put on myself without looking tacky. And I'm like, okay, like I had to deal with battery packs now. I had to deal with where to hide them, like all the wires and stuff like that. So I just do one thing per build to like try and like master it. And then the next time I bring that into a build, I know I've already had that mastered. Not mastered, have like a really good understanding of it. Because no, honestly, no techniques is 100% perfect.
Yes.
Please don't be a perfectionist. Like, yeah. But yeah, so like, don't try and overload yourself. Focus on like the things that you're good at. Add one more thing to it, and like really take your time to learn it, and then that will show in the judging room 100%. Okay,
Thank you.
I'm done my rant.
Oh no, that was a beautiful rant.
You need to just change this to bite rants for an hour and a half.
That will be the YouTube video title. Listen to Byte rant, please.
Yes.
Okay, for the
This
next
is why I like doing
question.
panels. Like, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. But for the next question, oh my gosh, speak, child, speak. What is the first decision you typically make when organizing a competition, big or small? Is it picking the judges? Is it picking the time slot? Is it making the logo? You know.
It's it's what do I want out of this contest? What goal do I have for this contest? What goal do I have for everyone who is going to enter this contest? Um, so for the ones that I organize, I do start with craftsmanship contests. I would like to develop them into a skit contest because we just don't really have many skits where we are. So like I wanted to
No,
develop it into it.
please no.
Um,
I can't make a skit, but I want to participate in your
it would be
contest.
both. It would be both.
Okay, fine, fair. Okay,
It would
fair,
be both.
fair.
Because I want that option there, right?
Mhm.
But like I will look to see like what I want out of this. And my big thing is I want to focus on craftsmanship at first because one, I want to get like I hate to say this, but we have a lot of novices, and that just comes because we don't have a lot of conventions.
Yeah.
So we don't have enough conventions to start moving people up. So that is becoming a problem. So I'm like, okay, we're just gonna focus on craftsmanship, get everyone like situated in craftsmanship, and then we can start considering skit. So that's why I pushed for having two contests at the one that I do
Mhm.
because I want to get everyone used to the craftsmanship side. And fun fact, the craftsmanship side is the same rubric as the international because I'm trying to push people over to be okay with craftsmanship, understanding how craftsmanship works, and then they can add on to skit when they feel comfortable to move up to the next level. So I'm trying to like streamline it and like push people up to like really help and develop all of our skills.
Mhm.
I'm kind of low key sneaky for this,
No, I appreciate it
but now you
because
guys know.
little do you know you're actually being baited. Little do you know you're being prepared.
Yes,
I'm really
yes.
appreciative of that though. I did
So
not know
yeah,
that.
that's. Oh, I don't really talk about this often because at the end of the day, it's not about me. I want you guys to have fun and I want you guys to progress and I want you guys to get better.
Mhm.
And like same with me, like I'm still getting better, I'm still learning. I learn stuff from you guys all the time. Like so like
We're
don't
just
think
your
like I know
kids.
everything. Like no, I don't. Yeah. We're just people having fun and making cool shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like I like fostering and like trying to get everyone moving up when it's like time for them. So, yes.
I like how you say when it's time for them because that sounds very anonymous. Like you're reaching down for a random cosplay. Like you're a master level now. Get up here. You're...
Uh,
You okay?
I yeah, it's difficult. I wish we had more comms here too, because this is hmm?
Oh, nothing,
Yeah,
nothing.
I wish we had more comms here because we don't have that much. So trying to like foster all this. But yeah, I do the same shit with panels too. I
Yes.
pull people into panels. And I'm like, hey, you'd be good at this. Okay, bye. I'm gonna go do something new. You guys continue doing this.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to move on to the next question just because we are reaching the
Hello?
hour. Hello?
Sorry, I might be losing you.
Oh no! Oh my gosh, no! Give me 2 seconds, okay?
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, you're not talking. Hello? Yeah, it's lagging. I'm like, am I like talking? Are you good? Ooh. No, yes.
We had a slight trouble for 2 seconds, but we are back.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you again. I'm like, I'm talking to air, am I not?
No, I was listening to you talk and I was responding. I'm like, why
Okay,
why
okay.
are you not responding to me
Oh, can you?
But I'm saying we've reached
Didn't
the
want to find?
we have reached the hour mark. Not to say I'm gonna rush you
Yes.
through these, but I'm just like giving you a time
Mhm.
check. We're at an hour. Okay.
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 I am okay going over if you want,
No,
but
no,
it's
no.
completely up to you.
I don't give a shit. If we end up talking to like YetiCon, I'm good. Like,
Oh, I'm down. I'm down. If you want me to do any of my panels, I will.
yeah. Pull up the
I have a
screen.
problem, guys.
Screen share time.
I have a problem. Uh,
Um, the next question. I know that you get to be the not the all decider, but you get to pick judges out from all the amazing judges out of Canada. What
mhm.
do you look for in a judge, and how do you balance judges between an armor judge and a performance judge and a sewing judge and all those skills?
So when I'm doing judging, technical knowledge, yes, that's important, but I more so look for how people can communicate because a good judge, they need to be able to explain the reasoning why they're picking this person for an award. They need to be able to give them constructive feedback so that they can improve and figure out why they didn't get an award, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they need to be able to make like the contestant feel comfortable, like talking and things like that. A lot of the times, like we forget to talk about a prop, we forget to talk about this. So a judge needs to be able to communicate that effectively and like interject themselves, being like, "Hey, like I'm so sorry, but we only have like 30 seconds left. Can you please talk about your prop? Because you haven't talked about that yet, and it looks really cool." So like interjecting like that instead of just being like, "Hey, talk about your prop." Like no, like you want to foster this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Giving good feedback is really big for me as well. If you cannot explain why you decided to pick someone, if you can't decide why that person deserves it, then how can you give them the feedback back, right? Um, So like I look for a lot of people who have the good communication skills and then like the technical knowledge and things like that. And that's why it's a group of cosplayers and there's multiple different judges because not everyone knows everything.
Nope.
That's impossible to know. I don't expect anyone to know that thing, everything. So I do try and look for someone who is sewing, someone who is 3D print armor based because those two kind of overlap pretty much. I look for kind of like just like an all-rounder for the last one, if it's skater or something like that, depending on like what the contest is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times, people don't realize why I picked this person, but I have reasons why I picked this person, and 10 out of 10 times, like I picked them and they do what I wanted them to do. So that's why I also try and get different people from different areas so that we have different perspectives, especially when it's like skit contests. Um, so like I try and like really mix it up to make sure that I have all the edges covered, that they can communicate with each other so that they can actually like voice their opinions and say like, "Oh, like this is what I thought," kind of thing. And don't forget like the judges are not by themselves when they're like going through this. There is someone like an organizer or someone in there with them, making sure that they are on point, that what they're talking about beside each other are correct, not correct, like that they're like making sure like things are going to be fair and things like that. So there should be someone in there with them, kind of helping them communicate with each other and understanding. So I play that role a few times just to make sure that they understand like what the judging criteria is, and like for the most part, like us Canadians, we're good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's like a lot of like things that I think about that I like really look into that people don't realize that I'm doing, and that organizers do. But there's people there for a reason. Like for example, I took a couple people who have never judged before, and I was training them up with people who have judged before, so that I can get first of all create a new pool
We
of
need.
people who know how to judge.
We need.
Yeah. And then I'm like training them up while I'm there. So there was a contestant that they're trying to figure out like if they should give them anything or anything like that. And I'm like, you guys forgot to consider this. And they're like, oh, that actually makes sense. Yes. So, like, we're all just talking, we're all just helping each other out, trying to figure out that. We talk. So it's not just like we all go back there and we're like, that's the one. No, we discuss. We discuss. And like sometimes like y'all make it really freaking hard.
So I've been told.
Yeah, no. It is really hard. Some of these things, it's just because so one thing that does make it hard is someone who has like pretty much one technique that is like pretty perfect, that is like really clean, versus someone who has two or three techniques that are like 80%. So like all three techniques are 80%. So what one do you pick? So that is something that like really comes up like all the time. What one do we kind of like go with? And we have to kind of decide if the techniques are hard enough to outweigh that one technique. So it's like we're not comparing, we're comparing the techniques. We're not comparing like the cosplay,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah.
I'm glad you
But
shared
yeah,
that.
like the biggest thing though, like being like quote unquote like a good cosplayer doesn't really make you someone a really good judge. So take that with yeah.
No, I think that statement itself, being a good crafter is not being a good judge, is really important. Not to say like
It's
this
a
is a
different skill.
situation that pops up a lot, but being a judge is so much more than just, oh, I can sew really well, I can foam really well, I
Yep.
can, I don't know, do something really well. It's,
It's judging is another skill, and people don't realize that. It's a
mm-hmm,
lot of work too, because you're in that room for like 8 hours judging like multiple people, looking at people's cosplay, trying to like figure out who ranks where. Like it's a lot of work and people don't realize it. People just want to like be a guest so that they can judge and stuff like that. But no, there's a lot more that goes into judging, and to be fair and to be a good judge, like yeah, like yeah. You can be like the best cosplayer in the world, but you can be a shitty judge.
mm-hmm,
So I always like consider that I'm trying to foster more judges. I'm trying to get more people realizing like how judging works behind the scenes so that they can understand it. And it actually makes people a good, better like competitor too, because they understand how the judging works. And
mm-hmm,
that's why like a huge part of my infographics is trying to explain to people like how judging works so that they can be like, oh, okay, like this is what I have to explain so that the judges understand it.
mm-hmm.
So like I'm trying to like foster that like disconnect that we have right now. So
There is a
yeah.
huge disconnect, I find. From my personal experience, I am for Toronto Game Expo, I am the person who like I do Puffer Doodle's job for CSC, if that makes sense. Like I sign the
Mm.
people in, I check, but there's a lot of competitors, especially people who are competing for the first or second time, a lot of novice babies who are
Yep.
very confused at what goes on in the judging room when they're all alone. They're scared of the judges, if that makes sense, and what you're
Mm.
doing right
That
now.
that's why I have my spiel. That's why I have my spiel. I will always say the spiel for every single person. I lose my voice, but it's fine. So I say cosplay is not consent. Is there anything on your cosplay that you don't want us to look at, touch, or flip, or anything like that?
Mm,
And then if it is a novice, I'll be like, don't worry, we're just here to have a conversation. We're not here to like pick apart your things. We're not here to be mean. We're here to try and help each other out. So just like relax and like have fun.
mm.
So like I will always say that to novices just to try and like get them to have a breath. And if you are nervous like going on stage or anything like that, take a deep breath and just let out.
Mm-hmm.
That just ground yourself and just realize like it's not big deal if you don't place. You're here for fun. You're here just to have fun and meet new people.
Gonna be
Winning
heavy
is not
on the
everything.
no big deal if you don't place. We'll shout that out from the
Yeah,
roof. Because I feel like
yeah.
even if you don't place, that doesn't mean your costume is shit. That doesn't mean you made a terrible
No,
costume. And
absolutely not. It depends who shows up.
mm-hmm.
People don't realize like it really depends on who else shows up, and just that one person can change the entire outcome.
Yeah.
Now, that does not mean your cosplay is any less like amazing or like anything like that. It's just about who shows up and like what you say in the judging room. Like just doesn't have any impact on that. Just be there, have fun, and if you're starting to be like, oh, I need to like have a win, you need to step back and like reevaluate yourself because that's when you start adding pressure to yourself. This is a hobby, this is for fun. You can't do that to yourself. You just need to be there for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I know like it gets hard when you don't when you keep losing and things like that. And like I understand it because you want to be appreciated, but just know that there are a lot of people who appreciate your cosplay going up on that stage and just having fun and making us laugh, making us cry, making us feel things. Like we still appreciate it. There's a lot of people in the crowd that love you guys. So like that's like my biggest thing. Like don't do it. Do it for yourself. Be proud of what you did. Please
Uh,
be proud of what you did because it's a lot of work.
it
Making
is.
cosplay is hard, and that's why we say it's made out of blood, sweat, and tears, right?
Oh, real blood, real sweat, and real tears. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. The amount
So
of
just
white like draft fabric that has a little red spot
mhm.
is definitely. I know a lot of cosplayers face that.
Oh yeah. My like go-to for like talking to people like, hey, guess what? There's blood on this cosplay now. And that means it's
Yep, it's my blood sacrifice.
yeah.
Anytime you
So
start a
yeah,
new
just
build.
yeah, just have fun with it. It's a hobby. We should be having fun. We should be there just to meet people. If you're starting to like really stress yourself out about it, you need to just take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
You really do.
I want to say the judges that you
You're
picked for the last competition I participated in, I know I did
mm,
not take anything home at that competition, but speaking to them that weekend and speaking to you, they were like, your costume was still so good. So they still love, your
yeah.
costumes, even if you didn't take anything home. And I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. My goodness.
Like it is honestly just like who shows up. Like it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
When you're only giving out like 5 awards for like 30 people, like it's difficult and you just need to keep going,
Yeah. Um,
keep having fun, keep going.
do you take things away from Puffer? Do you take sharp objects away from Puffer Doodle?
Yes, I do.
Okay, just confirming. Just confirming.
Last year,
Oh no! I'm already mentally preparing
last
myself to hear this. I think I saw it on her story too. I know exactly what you're
do,
talking about.
do I say it? Do I have permission from Puff?
Puff, does Byte have permission to say this? Waiting, waiting for it to come in because there is like a five. Yes, you have permission. You have permission.
I get a freaking photo of her in the hospital with like her like hand bandage because she cuts herself. Like that was like Friday night at the convention, like or Thursday night, something like really close. And I'm like, so yes, we take sharp objects away
Yep.
because we don't want our lovely princess, the people's princess, to hurt herself.
So it was Thursday at 10 p.m. So right,
Yeah,
right before the con.
yep, and competition.
Oh no! I'm
But also, like
booing,
you had an all,
booing
you
out
had
of
it all
love.
in a pocket.
You got, pardon
You
me?
had it all in a pocket without like tape on top of it. So
Ooh.
that was so
Booing,
cute.
booing out of love, but still booing. Boo.
We can't let you hurt yourself.
Mm-mm.
You mean too much to us. We need the princess on the
Mm.
stage.
Who is gonna cosplay? Have 50 different variants of Aurora?
Yeah,
Like,
we need a princess.
who is gonna make the corsets that can probably lift up cars? Please.
The amount the amount of gasps I've heard behind me when you went on stage.
Ooh, yes, yes. Was so tea. So on to our next question. What are some behind the scenes challenges that the audience and the contestants don't see? I'm not expecting you to be like, and then this happened and this happened, but any general scenarios, you know? Do the judges sleep on the floor? That's a big question I want to know. Is there floor time?
I think the biggest thing is timing
Mm.
because everything is on a schedule. And if you're like late or like early or anything, like it just throws off the rest of the schedule. Luckily, I always fight through like the last slots for the masquerade because I'm like that's like the last thing that you like want to do. And
Mm-hmm.
plus we have like judging in the morning too, so I'm like we need time. So I usually fight for the last slots just in case if we go over or anything. But like timing with everything else, tech issues.
Ooh,
Tech issues are big. Um, the biggest one being no, I can't say where or when this happened, but we didn't have another a set of stairs, and we need the set of stairs before we could start. So
I know what
like
you're talking about,
things
girl.
like that, huh?
I know what you're talking about.
Shh, no, you don't.
Oh, never mind. I don't. Never mind. I don't
No,
know
you
shit.
don't. But like that stuff, because like I said before, like safety is like my number one concern. I want to make sure everyone is safe, especially when like, we're like lugging like big cosplays, big props, things like that. So I always like safety first. So yeah, like things like that is always like the hardest things. Um, so far, like all my judges have been wonderful. Um, and like just emotions backstage as well. There's a lot of emotions going on, like you're stressed. There's a lot of things. We're in cosplays that we can't really eat in, things like
Mm-hmm.
that. But it's just like there is a lot of things behind the scenes that are going on that you guys do not see. And a good convention, a good organizer hides this from people.
It was hitting very well.
So yeah. Um that one though, everyone saw that.
Everything
It's
else was
okay. It did
hitting very well.
It did happen though, but yeah, there was a lot of like different other things that were going on. Um, doing like a halftime show. That was all me. Oh, yeah, I'll talk about that one later. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Mostly it's like timing and just like issues with the stage and safety, making sure everyone's okay. Making sure all the contestants aren't hurting themselves or anything like that. Like one of my best friends, cosplay friends that I met were because they fell on stage and they were the entrance right after me.
Oh no!
Yeah. So that was like I went up to them, I'm like, are you okay? And things like that. And then I started getting interested in their cosplay. I'm like, can I see it?
I
I'm
know
like,
you
I'm
just fell
sorry, you
on
just
your
fell. I'm
ass,
like,
but
can I
like,
see it?
can I see this?
Yeah, and like that's how we remember our friendship though, but like it started like off like a really good friendship.
That's cute.
So things happen like that. It's just we just have to make sure that everyone is safe
Mm-hmm.
and that everyone is okay. And that's like our biggest concern whenever we're doing anything like this.
Makes sense.
Again, it's a lot of work, but
Oh,
it's worth it because you guys have fun, you guys learn, you guys get a chance to shine, and that's like pretty much what it's all
yeah.
about.
Anytime my ass can be on a stage. Oh, thank you, Perseus, for the follow. Sorry, but
Mm,
anyways, anytime I get to put my ass on stage, I'm happy. Thank you for letting me
yep,
put my
and we
ass on
don't get to do
stage.
that much. We don't get to do that much,
We really
so
don't.
we're trying, man.
We need more comps. I'm hoping that you will bring me more comps next year. I have too many cosplay builds.
I'm one person, man. One person.
One of the hardest working people I know. I believe in you.
Burnout.
Oh, true. Never mind. Do your thing and don't add any more to it. Don't burn out, please. We need you. We really do need you.
Yeah.
My next question is a little bit of a stressful question, but what do you think that contestants and attendees of these cosplay competitions think matter that honest to God don't matter at all?
Oh my gosh, yes. Expensive materials, they don't matter. Using like 3D printing, like all the fancy gear, doesn't matter. Having a huge costume doesn't matter.
You're telling me
Um,
my 7 foot
Spending
tall build does not matter compared to an intricately designed cosplay? What?
as long, Okay, I didn't say it right. You
No, no,
got
no.
me on that.
I'm fucking with you. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
But like spending more money. I've had people come up to me with cardboard cosplays. Amazing. They're like, "Oh, I didn't like the how cardboard works, so I was able to use paper mache or something like that to like really smooth it out, and like it didn't even look like cardboard." Like, we're crafting. Get crafty with it and like try and figure things out. Like it's insane what we can figure out when we don't have the resources or tutorials or anything like that. A cheap like $10 Amazon rig, you can actually do a lot with it. You just have to spend time.
Hmm.
And I think some of us have a lot of time. Some of us do too much stuff. But yeah, like as long as like big costumes, like you gotta be clean with it, as long as it's consistent. But like you don't have to be big to be impressive. You really do not. And that's what like people in the audience don't really realize. Like yes, it's a big build, but if it's like held together with duct tape,
Hmm.
like is that like really that impressive? All things considered, right? But if like that's like what you can afford during the time, then it is what it is. But we care more about craftsmanship and how you execute things. And that's why like a lot of like the more simple builds outperform a lot of the more like massive builds because when you're doing something massive, it's easy to forget that you need to be clean and you need to be very careful while you execute it. So that's why big ass builds get really bad reps because a lot of people just rush it to get it done. Whereas don't get me wrong, there's some beautiful, beautiful builds, massive builds that are absolutely wonderfully crafted that like holy crap when you see something like that, like it's insane.
Hmm.
But yeah, like you don't have to have expensive materials to make something amazing. You don't have to make something big to try and be impressive. But when you do, it's nice. But like, and like money, like if you can't afford it, please like don't spend a lot of money on it. There's a lot of things that you can do
Dollar
that's
store is
different.
amazing for crafting materials.
Yeah. Like I know a lot of people who swear by dollar store. It's fine. Like if it works, it's fine.
If
And like people think like we don't consider this. We do. Like you're telling me that you got cardboard out of your recycling bin and made like this giant ass cosplay that you made really clean because you took the time to figure out how to make it clean? Holy crap. Like that's the stuff that like makes like amazing build and that's the kind of stuff that we notice.
hmm.
So like don't like limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Test things out because you never know what you can find and like what's impressive because there's so many techniques out there that we haven't discovered yet. So
It
just like
feels
really have fun with it.
every day that a new cosplay product or a new cosplay technique comes out. Like I've seen 3D printable EVA foam the other day,
Yeah.
and I'm
Oh,
like,
I was just talking about that in my panel. I'm like, I want that, but it's not in
yes.
Canada yet.
I know next year
It's in
there's
Canada.
probably gonna be some Canadian competitor that's gonna use it, and I will chase them down in the con. I don't care to know how they used it.
Yeah. So that's a new thing that's coming out in 3D printing, the EVA foam. And it just makes me so happy that there's a lot of like new things that are coming out for cosplayers because like back then and like I wasn't cosplaying when I was younger just because I couldn't afford it.
Hmm.
But like I've seen the cosplays, I've seen like cosplays just made out of cardboard and things like that, and like to like have EVA foam now, to have oh my gosh, what's foam clay? There you go.
Foam
Forgetting
clay, I
words.
love you. I
Foam
love
clay
you, foam
now.
clay.
Yeah. Like it's great that they're starting to come up with this stuff and like even like all my LED stuff. I use Adafruit, which is like a company that builds the microchips I use. They realized who started buying their stock and they're like, oh, we're gonna start making things for cosplayers now.
Hmm.
So things have gotten a lot easier to build now and a lot more accessible because by making stuff for us, they can drive down the prices.
Yep.
So it's amazing to see like just how much stuff. Like even a lot of the times like when I tell people like I was a novice, they're like, there's no way you're a novice. And I'm like, well, if you think about it, when I started in 2019, there's lot more tutorials going around.
Mm-hmm.
So those tutorials, I would research, I would watch them, I would like pick up a lot of skills. That's why I said like I picked up a lot of skills when I was a novice, but I didn't know the names of them because I just saw them on a YouTube video. And it doesn't matter like what I watch. Like I still watch like not even like cosplay builds. Like I watch like Evan and Caitlin, which is great for resin things. Um I'm forgetting the Nerd Forge is another one who does like really interesting different builds too. So I picked up things from like not even like cosplayers. So that's like how I learned so much because I'm just looking at these. So I had to explain to this person, I'm like, I just research and I just watch and consume a lot of different YouTubes and videos and Instagram and things like that. And that's how I picked up all these skills already because like 5, 10 years ago, you guys didn't have this. You
Yeah.
didn't have social media. You didn't have this platform to share information with. So that's why like the new novices, like we always say that novices are stacked, and that's because they have more resources now, or they either never actually like competed before because they just didn't understand what competitions were and they didn't know what it was. So they didn't compete. So that's why novices are always stacked because we just have more resources available and they just haven't really wanted to compete before, but now they're like, "Oh, we can give it a try."
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like you have to consider that too. Like there's so much more resources and more things that we consume nowadays that will help us in our journey. So yeah, watch the nerdy crafting channels. They're great.
Yeah.
I even watch Artist Alley too. I watch Artist Alley things as well because I just first of all I want to support Artist Alley people like as much as I can as well. And it's just easy to put on like a vlog of theirs to see how a convention is
Mm-hmm.
and to just have something in the background when I'm crafting.
Trust
Because if I
me.
put on like music or stuff, I'm gonna be freaking jamming out to music and actually doing my crafting.
N- the listening to music
That's
and
just
getting
me.
up and jamming is a real thing. Because the amount of times I have, don't put needles in your mouth. Do as I say, not as I do. But I'll have a needle in my mouth and a good song comes on and I'm like, oh crap, I have to take this needle out of my mouth before I swallow it while I'm singing.
Yep, yep. Yeah,
Um,
safety.
we are down to our final two questions. So are you ready?
Yes, yes.
What do you think contestants should do beforehand to make things easier for themselves, the judges, and the organizer? I saw the look on your face. You're ready. You're prepared.
Can you please read the rules? Please read the
No,
rules.
no,
Read the damn rules.
no.
There are rules for a reason. And if you're confused, go to someone else. Go to someone else and ask them about the rules so that they can explain it to them. I think like one of the number one questions I get is, what does this award mean? Do I have to move up? And a lot of the rules will say what it means. Go look at the rules. Um, but that like brings me to like another point though too, because all rules are different. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta read what you're going into. You need to make sure you understand what they're judging and what the criteria is. If you're confused, go ask a friend who's done it before. They will help you out. You can also reach out to the organizers and they will help you more. But like definitely read the rules. Test your caution before you get on stage, please.
No.
Like actually put it all on and do your skit so that like you know that it's not going to fall off, it's not going to break, things like that. References, you want your references even if a contest doesn't require a build book, at least bring a reference and not on your phone because most of the times you don't have data. So bring like a physical reference so that they can actually look at the reference and look at you so they know like what they're comparing to, right?
Mm-hmm.
um I was gonna say arrive on time, but no, arrive early.
Oh yeah.
Please be early. And bring repair supplies with you. A lot, well, some of the contests have like a repair booth. I think that's why Enemy North is really great because they do have a repair booth.
Wait, y'all got
But
a
for the
repair
most
booth?
part, yeah, Enemy North has a repair booth in the green room.
Okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent because Anime North craftsmanship competition did not have a repair booth, and they're
Okay. That's a different contest.
um Don't tell any of the judges, but my hat and the wind were not behaving with each other.
Oh no.
So,
We would consider that too.
oh,
Um, elements like we know like we're not making this for the elements and stuff like that too. And there's definitely a certain leeway when it comes to torrential downpour at a
oh,
convention.
you're telling me in my face painted cosplay where I had SFX
Oh,
makeup and no umbrella because I'm like, the rain can't be that bad that I had to step out and brave the rain right before my judging time. Don't. Ah!
yeah.
It's okay. Sorry.
The
That's my
worst
little
case
tangent.
scenario, if you do have paint on you, take a couple photos of your face before going out into the rain so you can actually like show the judges and be like, here, this is what it looked like before the rain, but like obviously like I can't control the weather.
No, no.
And then that will like show them that, oh yes, you did like the SFX like really well and stuff like that. It's just things happen. We're not gonna dox you for not being able to control the weather.
I'm going to toot my own horn
So,
for a little bit. All the SFX makeup stayed on, even through the hurricane. It was only the water getting on my
yeah,
nose that rubbed off the purple paint. So I was still good.
damn. So you were good. You were good. But yeah, just like if you ever have a situation like that, just take a couple of quick photos before you go out to the rain.
Mm-hmm.
We're human. We can't control this stuff. It happens.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of shit that's out of our control, and we're human, so we won't like say like, "Oh, you're all splotchy." No, it's the rain that you can't control.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you know what you're doing because it's still on you. So yeah, we're humans too.
And we appreciate you guys as judges.
Yes.
My final question of the day. Are you prepared?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What do you wish more people understood about how much work goes into all the work you do for conventions? Because we know that judging takes a lot of at least like the people who compete, we know judging takes a lot of time. We know organizing these things take a lot of time and energy. But what's something more niche that you wish people really knew more about and really appreciated more about? Again, I love seeing your face
That
change when I ask these questions.
it's funny because I have touched on this before, but we want you guys to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we are your biggest fans. We want you to go on the stage. We want you to be happy after the stage. We want you to just have fun. We're not back there to like judge you guys. Like, oh, that cosplay like was bad. No, we're not there to do that. We're not trying to find a reason to be like, oh, you don't deserve a reward. We don't do that. We care about you guys. We want you to improve. We're spending a lot of time, like all the judges, all the volunteers. We spend a lot of time because we care.
Mm-hmm.
We want to celebrate cosplay and we want to make it an experience for everyone. We're not we're not there to like pick someone and like just be like, "Oh, we just like them better." We're not there to do that.
Yeah.
We're just there to like push you guys gently to get better and to like actually have fun and to want to continue doing this because it's amazing. Um, I've met so many good people through this way. I met so many friends through this way. We just want to give back to the community and really let you guys just improve and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do this. We're not in it for ourselves. We're in it to root for you guys and cheer. We're your biggest fans. So yeah, don't. That's why I said like if you can just spare like one moment to say thank you to a ninja, to an organizer, to anything, that one thank you really like helps us out to like go on. So yeah.
That was a perfect way to end it. Make sure you say thank you to your judges, your organizers, to everyone. And as we
Mm.
reach the end of this episode, I want to say thank you so much, Byte, for coming on with me. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching live, you can find Byte on their social, which is literally Byte, BYTI, props. I'm
Oh,
not going to spell out props.
BY, sorry, BY. Oh my God, I can't even
TE.
spell it now.
BYT.
BYTES.
I spelled it wrong.
It's
I'm sorry.
yes.
No!
No, it's okay. It's okay. No one gets it. No one gets it. It's a computer term. Computer term.
Um, but yes, that spelling. And if you're watching this as the YouTube VOD, their Instagram is going to be linked in the description. And once again, thank you so much. Bye. You want to wave bye bye?
Thank you. Thank you, guys.